Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of Principals Podcast. This is episode 12, and we are going to be discussing the school day changes and changes to the original proposal after I've received some really thoughtful and brilliant parent feedback. So before we start, we remind ourselves who we are, how we behave, what we stand for, and those are our CARE values: courage, ambition, respect, and excellence. And everything in the original proposal feeds into these values as we want to strengthen them in every way possible. They also feed into our strategic anchors. So everything we do links to culture and climate and wanting our students and the school to be the best place it possibly can. Leadership and development, making sure people have an opportunity to develop, to improve, and entitlement and delivery, making sure what we offer as a school is what our young people and your children, our collective children are actually entitled to. So the original proposal proposed a later start to the school day at 8:40, whereas currently it starts at 8:30. This would lead to a 3:10 finish on a typical day. We also propose extended days on Wednesday and Thursday, which would be a 15:35 finish, in order to include an enrichment programme and to accommodate an earlier finish on a Friday at 2:15, which again serves as a sort of carrot at the end of the week, so everyone's got something to work for and a nice little treat at the end, in hope that had a positive impact on both behaviour and attendance. The feedback I got was, I had about 25% of parents respond, which was actually a pretty decent response rate. The feedback was vast, and it's clear to see that parents could understand what we were trying to do, but each of those main issues did tend to polarize opinion. We had some parents that thought it was incredible and amazing, and we had some parents that absolutely hated it. So this is, I think, one of those issues where I have to accept I'm not going to please everybody all of the time, but hopefully even those that agree, those that don't agree, know that I'm coming at this and I've got the schools and the students' interest at heart, and anything I'm doing, I'm trying to do to improve the school and to improve the outcomes and the outlook of our young people's futures. So some of the more specific feedback was actually the later start time will create additional issues. Ilkeston traffic's not great. Parents have got other drop-offs, and actually there's a feeling that if it's not really that broke, does it need to be fixed? Collecting younger siblings at the end of the day with the 2 extended days, this makes it hard. Finishing at 3:10 makes it hard for some students to get to primary schools. The inconsistency, so different days starting at different times. How would enrichment work? Some parents were incredibly supportive of the concept. Others were like, actually enrichment should be optional. And it shouldn't really perhaps be enforced for all. Some parents raise the impact of out of school activities. So I don't know, say for example you had cadets that starts at 4 o'clock and it was an hour away and you weren't finishing until 3:30. How would that impact it? Would breakfast club continue, and how would detentions be factored into this, because parents didn't want students walking home really late, which is obviously absolutely understandable. So what we've done is we've taken all of that feedback and we have made some changes to the original proposal. So what we're deciding to go with, instead of starting at 8:40 that we proposed, we're going to start at 8:35. So it still gives a little bit of leeway for those that catch public transport that sometimes arrives exactly at 8:30. So it's just a small change, but we think it will help. Instead of a Wednesday and a Thursday become an extended day, only Thursday will. So that will finish at 3:30 instead of 4:25. And that is when we will have our enrichment programme. The enrichment programme will be entirely optional in terms of the activities that students do. So everyone will have to attend, but students will get to choose. And we're working on our enrichment offer. We're really excited by it. We think it's going to be transformative. It's going to be quite unique in the world of education. And we want everyone to choose something that makes them happy. Students will not be forced to do certain things that they don't want to do. There's going to be something for everybody. So only Thursday is the extended day, which will finish at 15:30. And that extra time will take off Friday afternoon, So the earlier finish on a Friday at 14:35 instead of the original 3:15 that we proposed, in addition to the slightly earlier start time as well. So a typical week is listed there in the table for each day. So we start at 8:35. Every day finishes at 15:05, with the exception of Thursday, which is a later day, and that extra time is then taken off the Friday. So this is no extra time in school for years 7 to 10 students. We're just being creative with how we spend a couple of days in order to offer more in the time that we have. An important thing to note is on the Thursdays, we have parents' evenings, for example. So 6 Thursdays throughout the year, there will not be enrichment on these activities, and the school day will cease at 25 to 3, but these will be communicated well in advance and over communicated so everybody knows. If in the letter that accompanies this podcast, there is a link. So if you've got any more questions or queries regarding the logistics, please add them to that link, and I will personally be looking at every single one, and if I'll be using that information to prepare a frequently asked questions and sharing that in due course as well. These changes will come into place in September, and I think the final thing to say is just a huge thank you for your engagement. I know there was a bit of skepticism. Oh, what's the point in consultations? People always make their mind up. Hopefully, I've shown that I've actually heard some of your responses and we have made common sense decisions. And I think the end place is a stronger place than what we started with. And we've only been able to achieve that because our collective wisdom has helped me adapt that original proposal. If you did not engage and if you did not share your thought process, we would not have been able to improve our proposal as we have. So thank you very much. We're convinced this is a huge step forward for our school. Obviously, we had Ofsted in last week. I can't really share anything until the report's out, but as soon as the report's out, I think, you know, we're finally going to have a school we can be proud of, and we shared these plans, and everybody's very excited about what the future holds for Ormiston Ilkeston Enterprise Academy, and we hope you are too. I do know that this won't go down with really well with everybody, and I do know this might cause some logistical stress for some families, but hopefully you've got enough time to put something in place. I know I can't please everybody all of the time, but please, please, please rest assured that what I do for the good of our collective school community. And I appreciate you understanding that. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you all and talking to you soon.